November over towards the Rays as well. Player who definitely seems proficient to get frags themselves too. And yeah, everything makes sense as far as how these players' play styles go and what agents to go towards. Right now, Elite looking to go with a very aggressive push through a lobby, and Joy couldn't quite connect to the heads. Bjor being suppressed and swarmed as Kluey finds the last frag onto Joy as well. But hey, frag out. Got a frag on the K, answer right back.
Good opener for the Edaters, exactly what they need, but they're rotating towards this B side, straight in towards Clear. Clear, good shot across, Stunny in a good position, but they want to rotate through CT, and understandably so. The dark cover in a good position, but in goes the boom bot, looking clear at that close corner. That should land, but no, it goes right past him. The spike is planted, but it may not matter. Kluey now in a 1 versus 3, a clean retake as the spike was being planted, no less. And Zero Marksman take their defensive pistol for the second map running.
Yeah, for Edaters fans, you hate to see Clear not get at least one kill over towards the stairs there, as all those members of Zero Marksman Black had no idea that Clear would be there clearly. But beyond that, even Edaters still had a player advantage on top of it all. But the cleanest entry onto the site out of the smoke you could ever see is one player swings out to the right, looks left, the other player swings out left, looks to the right, crossfires for each other, covers each other's bearings, and trust their allies and comrades amongst that time. That trust goes a long way. That cohesion and synergy goes a long way, and that's one of the many reasons why Zero Marksman Black came out on top of the first map so dominantly. One of the reasons why they've been such a favorite, and definitely the reason that they came out on top in that first round.
If they win this, again, I'm looking to favor Zero Marksman so heavily. Good swing from Bjor, drops one. Lear on the crossfire finds 2 of their own. The fault line landing, and to full effect at that. It's down to just 2 here on the Edaters side. Enjoy looking to swing in towards the Omen. Could get caught with timing. No, gets the timing themselves. Almost doesn't find the kill, but does indeed in the end. Clear is it a 1 versus 5? Does find the first. Nice shot. Does have 5 headhunter bullets remaining. Hey, that just means you have to hit at least 4 of your shots, and now only has 4 shots. 100% accuracy required, all being headshots. None will land. Lear with a 3K to close it out, and Zero Marksman keep 4 players alive in their post-pistol conversion.
It appears that coordination is somewhat habitual for these players, as well as Lear challenges straight forward around the corner. Like, you're close to the corner. Lear doing so, Jonas 6 satchel packing over and blasting away on the high end and swinging out faster around the far end as well. And that just causes a distraction for Clear and makes it an easy clean up for Zero Marksman Black. Even in a 4v1 anti-eco situation, they do this kind of situation just to keep it clean and keep their economy looking nice and fresh. And it's those little things that go a very long way, and Zero Marksman Black does it like it's a habit. Pushing out though, aggressive on their bonus this November, shutting them down. Good for 3 in the mid of this map, and it's a little bit of a turn of events from what we saw in the last round.
And November gets the overgrowth as well. Bjor's getting aggressive over towards that A side, but Enjoy has yet to be cleared, looking for another towards B long. Does make it out, but just barely. Has run out of headhunter shots, all but 1 have been expired. Still has a Spectre in hand, though the swing does not land. They look to close down that wall before it solidifies and do break at least 1 panel, but that means they'll walk straight into the meat grinder. Luckily, he makes it out. The satchel goes through, but doesn't do as much damage because he's vacated the premises. ZMM, this is going to be one of their more difficult retakes thus far in the map. And, well, in the game.
Yeah, it certainly will. I mean, they made it happen with a player down 2 rounds ago. They do it now. Bjor challenging. They're not coordinated right now. November on for an ace, but it gets taken away by Clear. But, you know, fair enough. We'll take the win. We need the rounds. We want that prize, getting the first place here. This is Zero Marksman Black up 1 map already in the grand finals, best of 3 situation, and already in the round leads situation for what could be the last map of this entire LAN time.
And notably for all of you who are just joining us, this is a $10,000 LAN. Winners of this game make $5,500, second place makes $2,500, and the winner automatically qualifies in the top 4 positions for the $50,000 LAN in the middle of August, at the end of the season in Philadelphia. So keep that in mind. Winners don't have to play in the rest of the online nor LAN events should they want to qualify. If they don't want to, of course, they could still play for money should they choose to do so, but there's no real reason if you just want to qualify. But, you know, who doesn't like a little extra money? And the competition's fun as well.
And fame, you know, more of a credibility. And
True.
yeah, stay practiced is good to go as well. Scrims are one thing, but playing a live environment is completely different. So your Marksman down a player already, losing the Brimstone, which is an interesting pick that we can talk about later. But right now in the middle of a round, we can talk about how the Edaters have gotten mid-control and will be playing for A Heaven, but the trademark will announce their presence. Enjoy is alerted to it. Bjor as well. Crossfire setup, but they have to mount for this ramp. Not in time from Bjor. Good timing from Clear to get the pick. You can already see the rotation for the Marksman Black with a nice read that will be playing for B site, but you won't have many players to fight for it, especially with Jonah6 falling to Cluey.
Perfect swing as well from Cluey, while timed dropping that raise, and you're looking at a good spot overall for the Edaters. This should be a second round for them, breaking the bank of the Zero Marksman, and yeah, it will be a second round. There's not even going to try to aggress in this situation. Clear's made some noise, though, and will die. On today's episodes of Time to Light's tips of advice in the game of Valorant, don't make sound cues when you have your knife out. Probably not the greatest idea, at least not when you have no information as to what's on the other side of said sound cue. ZMM, that's a good gun to take away, but it's only one kill throughout the entirety of the round. It really just prevents the flawless and nothing more. This should still break the bank for ZMM, but they're walking straight in towards the ZMM squad. Are the Edaters? They avoid the fault line, though, and they still want to take these rifles away. Understandably so, but at the same time, you really don't have the money yourself.
We're all tied up. Your Marksman Black underway. And I want to talk about Brimstone now that we have a little bit of time. The fact that this controller alongside Omen doing a double controller composition, which is something we haven't really seen much in the past in Split, but we're starting to see a little bit more often for a Brimstone Omen meta, especially. So we've seen Astra Viper stuff in the past, of course, but now things have changed. Players went with just a Brimstone, just an Omen for a while, maybe just a Viper or something like that. But Brimstone Omen together, not super common, but something that's a nice look that we've seen lately. And Zero Marksman Black using that. Brimstone offers so much as far as hard lockdown, but it's a little bit of a bursty mentality. It's not sustained throughout the round. Omen a lot more of a sustained factor for using smokes and gives you a lot more positional opportunities. Brimstone for faster swings and rotations at that for the team. So across the two of them, the individually team-based, they can controlled, sustained, bursts, all of the same. You can do that all the way through whatever they need for the situation. I like that it's a combination now.
Edaters, what's the call for them? They have positioning towards both A and B, and 3 towards mid. 1 making their way in through the vents, but would have to walk straight into a trademark. That would give away audio and general informational cues, which would really dampen their mood. Jonah waiting here with... You do not want to walk into the judge. I'm sorry. Please do not walk into the judge. That's a good paint shell, but no, it gets clipped. Oh no, Valorant clipping issues. And Jonah6 can look in a good position. In goes the showstopper. It's shut down. There's 2 from Jonah. It is shut down, but Lear gets 1 of their own. Now in a standing position for the entirety of Zero Marksman. The swing from Clear, the information given over, looking for a second in towards Bjor. They walk straight into it and bind the kill regardless. Somehow don't die towards the Molotov. The incendiary not landing as it needs to, but the spike has been dropped. That will do it. That's the round. Zero Marksman win a round they shouldn't have, lose a round they should. The story of my life.
I love that Mina tried to sell a bluff that, yeah, I'm going to shoot this incendiary far as if nobody's off to the right. Surely nobody there either, right? But Clear was ready for it. Still got the kill anyway. Jonah6 shutting down the showstopper use as well there, which is a really big deal on top of getting spike control for the team. Massive round for Zero Marksman Black. They're back up in the driver's seat for this game.
That's an outstanding showing. I love the replay as well from the long range. You can see the third-person perspective of them just walking in towards an awkward spot. By the way, shout out our replay op Grave and third-person POV observer Sappho, who both of them are nuts and have been very awesome throughout the entirety of this broadcast. We're approaching 7.5 hours, by the way, on this broadcast, and they've been outstanding for all of it, as have you, Chad.
Well, thank you. I honestly thought you said chat at first. I would have agreed, and then I realized you didn't.
Well, chat has been too. They've been relatively kind today.
Yeah.
Valorant
been
chat
awesome.
being what it usually is. You guys have been awesome.
I'm pleasantly surprised. Thank you, chat. You've been doing great as well, Time, bringing us some of this action, the play-by-play, and a lot of analysis here and there in between as well. And now we see Edaters taking mid control yet again, very consistently done. And we're seeing a lot of teams on defensive side split. Back in the old days, there's a hard contest and a hard hold for mid for the defensive side of things. But lately, it's been a lot more of defensive teams just giving it up and controlling the exits.
Full Rolling Thunder committed? What is that call? And now, in tandem, Edaters will run towards the A side. In goes the Showstopper. The commit from Jonah 6, looking for a frag, decides to back away, and understandably so. The no-scope from Clear whiffs. The Showstopper up towards Heaven does as well. But Zero Marksman are still in an outstanding position, regardless of the outcome of the Showstopper. Still looking for the frags. Mina throwing down the stim beacon, trying to get aggressive, but with just 12 seconds left, there's no real call. That's looking good here for the Edaters. K left alone in a 1 versus 5. She can't do all that much. Unfortunately, she can't do anything at all. Amita 3K and a flawless 4th for the Zero Marksman, looking outstanding on the defensive side.
Definitely a clean execution there. I definitely agree that the Rolling Thunder and Showstopper both are very ambitious ultimates, but honestly, should Edaters have funneled into be having a lot heavier than that would have been a massive play? You know, sometimes you see a play and you're like, oh, I don't know about that one because hindsight's 2020. In the moment, that was a read that Lear went for. It could have been a massive opportunity. Nevertheless, it did send Edaters off to A, and you can see that Zero Marksman Black responded as such. It's like, oh, I just ulted this and nobody's here. They had mid control. Be careful, A main, and immediately there's a response for Zero Marksman Black's teammates for Lear. And it was a good one at that. And now Bjor catching K on the drop down, and she was a little left stranded because of that orbital strike. Couldn't see the assistance coming out from November.
We'll enjoy getting the cone to Cluey and another onto Stunny as well. Finding the third. Why the heck not? November now to 1 versus 5. Picking up where K left off in the previous. The satchel not landing as it needed to. Looking to retreat. Does as well and finds a second in concession. But November still has 3 to find, 2 of them on full HP. The Chamber, the only one that's low, and they will actually be the one to find the kill. No, Mina's the one to steal that away. No comms on my end, unfortunately. ZMM still looking strong, and earlier you were talking about the Brim being a little bit of a questionable choice, and we were talking about that later. I want to talk about that right now, because while the Brim doesn't seem like the most conventional of options, it's a good bit of sectioning, especially on split where those smokes are always so pivotal. And yeah, the Omen's the conventional option, but sometimes you're just a little bit more comfortable on the Brim. The Incendiary helps out a lot, along with the stim beacons, and Mina, being nuts at the game, assists in that same right.
Yeah, I agree. And the only reason I would be questionable is because it's new and not very orthodox, but it may become an orthodox strategy as things develop on split in this current meta. As teams have been trying Astra still and trying Viper still, but it seems like this could be the best pick based on how things go. And Mina continuing to launch that smoke, make it hard for Edaters to be able to get some confirmation of what's going on the site, force them back in the back line, being ready for it. But Spucky is just too good. The swing from K as well in a 2v1 situation as well. They have a resurrection as well, so they have full B-side coverage, but not garage, because that's something that Bjor won out through the 1v1.
The 4 versus 3 on the retake here for ZMM as well. The overgrowth's available. They could heal up November. It's exactly what happens. The fault line, though, forcing November off the angle. Bjor, seemingly aware the push is indeed and finds the kill. Smokes are available, as is the Paranoia and one Shrouded Step in terms of abilities for Bjor. Out goes one of those 2 dark covers, the other one up and in the board just within a few seconds. Stunny is stunned and flashed out. Can't see a dang thing. Now is dead and can't do a dang thing. K low on the far side, but November has a flank coming.
Wow.
Does not matter. Shut down from Lear in Heaven. They'll get on the spike with enough time on the clock. And the Zero Marksman, it was a 3 versus 4 retake. All 3 players live. An outstanding comeback into the round.
That movement from Jonah 6 at the end there was insane. Just buying time, being flashed, but just throwing themselves around, making them a hard target to hit and allowing some time for the allies to take those kills down. And November got caught completely distracted by that rapid target. And also, shout out to Bjor as well, wanting to use the Paranoia before, just understand the situation. Let's just go and use dark cover for that left lane, wait for the team to get there, and then use Paranoia alongside the flashpoint. on top of things from Lear, just so we can have all bases covered. Everybody's going to be flashed, and then we'll exit on and execute onto the site. Everything looking very clean for Zero Marks Black all around for that round, especially in tough situations.
Oh.
Enjoy, gets out and gets no damage on top of it all.
Oh my goodness. Enjoy looking for another as well. Does get paranoid out and nearsighted, so they have to back away. Clear, do they clear this? Seems like they will. Mina gets the kill regardless. Why not come out on top of that engagement? Enjoy barely stays alive. The Roomba being thrown in allows ZMM to create a little bit more space. They don't have any healing here on the defensive side, so it's an awkward position for them as a whole, but regardless, they still have a two-man advantage, and Jonah's playing that odd angle at the back of heaven, just waiting for the push across. K could be the first victim. Stunny in that same right could be as well. The guiding light has to be committed, and it does not seem like that's going to be the case. Jonah finds the first default line to allow the second peek, finds yet another, and Kluey also hit with the same fault line. What are the chances of that one? Not really consequential to the round, just a little funny in the grand scheme of things. Kluey now in the close range position. They're aware of his area. He swings, finds the first, needs to find 4 more though, and another 1v5 here for the Edaters. Are they messing with him? They've got to be messing with him. They just didn't shoot at him.
Hard to say.
Finds a second.
Yep.
They had to be messing. I refuse to believe anything differently. They were totally messing with him.
Could be the case. Could be a little bit of mind games for sure. Zero Marksman Black still definitely in an ever-growing lead, as we can see. Stunny unfortunately got caught with just not having a gun out, using that wall, trying to get some coverage, and just try to do something with this team. The Edaters mixing it up here and there, attacking different sites, and not just running it down or anything of that sort. Just they kept running into a wall of Zero Marksman Black, just making overall great decision making. Just an experienced team that's like, okay, we've seen this before, we've seen this before, we've seen that before. So keep throwing us choices and chances, and we'll just keep adapting and responding to it efficiently. And that's basically the case of Zero Marksman Black. Like I said earlier, you either win or you learn. Zero Marksman, they've had their chances to learn before, and today they're coming out here to win.
Edaters on the bright side doing a whole lot of learning, just I don't think in the way they would like, not
Right.
especially in a $10,000 land grand
Still a
final.
second.
But
If they lose, it's
true.
still
Second place.
worst case scenario, you still get over $2,000 for your team. Not bad.
True. You make a very, very good point. I would like to be Edaters, but in the same right, in this game specifically, I wouldn't be. ZMM are in such a good spot. Why not go skeet shooting there? Enjoy. Looking for more. He rendezvous away, just barely staying alive, and will not be in the grand scheme of things. Lear gets the kill across onto Kluey. Clear, looking with that Bucky to try and get aggressive. Has to find a kill with it, though. The information now there on his whereabouts. Mina finds a kill across onto Stunny. It's just a close range position for both of them. Clear actually finds a double. It's down to a 1 versus 1. Just him up against ZMM's Raze. Clear looking for the frag across, but has to grab the spike and has to play aggressive towards Jonah 6. Cannot allow Jonah 6 to gain control as he sits inside of CT. The showstopper not available. A very fortunate position for Clear, who starts to plant default, but it's all a fake. As 4 seconds progress, he'll know, and Jonah 6 is about to get aggressive as well. He'll plant for the freel this time, but Jonah getting aggressive. There's the swing, there's the kill. ZMM with 8 rounds and some tactical crouching and making sure the body's actually dead from Jonah will solidify the round for Zero Marksman.
Yeah, you know, on a LAN, we've had some tech issues. Like, I gotta make sure all your buttons still work, right? So why not try it out right now? Yeah. Great shotgun usage from Clear for sure. Those were spicy shots. 8-2 for Edaters being down. Having a rough go of things. We have seen them being overall a better team on defense. We sort of saw that a little bit on
You want to play?
Haven, but
Let's play.
still, it's just, yeah, you can't say anything other than this being looking like a one-sided affair thus far. Until now, November fighting back.
Hey, there's an opening kill going the way of the Edaters. Everybody, hooray! I don't know. I'll take my turns back in games where I can get them. Jonah 6 trying to play a close range position. The guiding light doesn't hit him, and he'll find an opener. Lear from the back line finds another onto stunning the orbital strike, forcing K out. She'll fall regardless of the orbital strike. November takes a little bit of damage to it and is actually about to walk into an incendiary grenade. Actually doesn't for as long as I thought they would, and finds the opening kill, but the spike is still down. It's 3 versus 2. I would not want to be the Edaters in yet another one of these situations. The Tour de Force is out, setting up a flank, but I believe ZMM have this in the bag.
Edaters does have time to work with. 45 seconds still on the clock, so even though they don't have the spike, and then Zero Marks and Black are all set up right next to each other, it's going to be absolutely a tough task, but one that is technically possible, especially if Clear can get this first frag here on the opening site here. With Bjor pushing through, they won't realize maybe that they're going to be over to the right.
30 seconds.
Oh, it's so close. 30 seconds on the clock. They have to make a move soon.
Oh, he actually gets shot. He's low as well. This is, oh no, the Tour de Force left alone. 1 versus 3 finds a first, not the second. Mina with a double will close out the round. A wallbang headshot to close it out in style at that. Zero Marksman Black on to 9 rounds. Now the Edaters could win this and force the 9-3 curse.
True.
But, I don't know if I like.
Hey man,
the
9-3 curse going into a defensive side where you've looked better overall on a day and on split, which is overall still, despite all the changes, fairly favored towards the defensive side of things as well. Maybe that could be enough.
Fair.
And players like November and Clear getting some big key frags, being very consistent as well, could be the case. The Sage definitely will be a lot better off on the defensive side of split, that's for sure. So Sunny will have a better time then. The Seeker's going through though. No way. Got that over the Seeker. Finds the frag on November on the way in.
Oh, and Chewie actually TPs into the back and finds the kill regardless. No double jeopardy there for the chamber. Get lucky once, you cannot do so again. 4 versus 2 in the retake. This could be a 9-3. In goes the showstopper. Does get the kill, but not before Jonah dies himself. Lear, 1 versus 3. Needs to find an opening kill to allow themselves to have that rolling thunder. It's not going to happen. The 9-3 scoreline is there. The question as to whether the curse comes through will be answered after the break. Outstanding showing from the Zero Marksmen on the defensive side of their own map pick, as one would expect, no less. But the Edaters now have to match them and or beat them just to move us on to a third. I'm Time to Light, still joined here by Chadlantis for possibly the final time tonight on an intro. Zero Marksmen looking good to close this one out. A pistol round win would almost certainly solidify it.
That would make it incredibly more dire for Edaters, that's for sure. And with the double controller setup, will be interesting to see how Edaters can navigate around those smokes, because the field could be littered with smoke screens from Zero Marksman Black to very much dictate which lanes are open, which ones they want to clear out, which has been something that they've been really good at in general anyway. So if they can do that on their own terms, it'll make it even harder for the Edaters, as Zero Marksman Black is now currently taking mid control, which is pretty much the common thing for attackers these days, but it becomes more of a question if they can make it into one of the heaven locations instead.
Seems like the answer is yes. They're not really being contested. Trailblazers are going to be popped here by K, but it will be shot immediately. The information now gained. Both players on the site now wary of the push. Clear finds the opener onto their doppelganger, but needs to find a follow-up. Will not, and dies because of it. A 3-for-2 trade overall in the round favors the Zero Marksman, but it's turned right back. Avoiding themselves back onto the site itself is a good position for them, but Bjor on a flank has been caught by us and our observers, but not the squad of the Edaters. The swing from Jonah 6, the right click is missing and continues to do so. Stunny with 1 second to close it out. The Edaters win yet another vital pistol. Can they convert as they did back on Haven?
Wow, Jonah 6 trying their best to stay alive as much as possible, but the approach was just too fast from Edaters, especially Stunny, who really popped off just now for the team, for the pistol to win it all out for them there and keep themselves in contention for this map, to keep themselves with the dreams alive to go to at least a map number 3 in the series. 9-4 though, still in favor of Zero Marksman Black. Curses aside, this is still a defensive-sided team, a defensive-sided map, but Edaters still 5 rounds behind.
Jonah tapping it through. Chewy across, has to avoid it and does so, but just barely. Kluey, the smoke through, will back away towards the back corner. Edaters, if they don't win this, they're in such an awful position in terms of their economy, but a good guiding light could allow them to peek through. It does land, and Clear peeks around from the vents position, finds one, but only information onto the remainder. Another guiding light looking to be prepped here from K could allow yet another peek, but it's saved only for the time being before they can peek again here on the Edater side. The bait across, K finds yet another for the squad. Clear with a second for themselves as well. This is looking at an outstanding round. It's a flawless round at that. Perfect situation for the Edaters as they send themselves into the bonus with all 5 of the same weapons they had in the post-pistol conversion.
That being a flawless round for them on the anti-eco. It wasn't anti-eco, but flawless means a perfect example of how this team is still not out of it yet, especially since it's a double sentinel composition. We didn't really touch on that much on the offensive side of things. That would make it naturally harder for Edaters to find success on the attack when they have 2 sentinels in their roster. So on the defensive side, I have to imagine they have a far better success rate overall, but can they still overcome is the question, of course. And now with the wall being dropped in mid, which we talked about yesterday, I'm not the biggest of fans of instant walls in mid, because less than 10 seconds around, that utility is gone. And what information did you gain? Well, Zero Marksman was in mid, but we still kind of have to give it up because that smoke being dropped towards mail.
The awkward position you're put in is you're also playing up against 2 controllers, which really allow you to initiate on towards sites much easier. Yes, they also have an initiator, but that's not really the point I'm making. Speaking of the initiator, a flash in towards vents allows Jonah to push through regardless of whether anybody was there. They weren't flashed, so Edaters keep all 5 of their players alive. But ZMM still want to get aggressive towards this A side. They have the options of an A or B split with their Omens still sitting inside of the B garage. Kluey's actually trying to get aggressive, and Bjor seems to be aware of the possibility. With that smoke placed, they're just awaiting the push from Kluey.
So many stacks. I imagine Pink Shell going into that fence right now would be amazing, but of course that's not going to be the case. Man can only dream of an unrealistic circumstance. Pushing into heaven is going to be Zero Marksman Black, but good setup from Edaters overall. Spectres in hand. This range should be good enough for at least 1 frag. Make that 2, nearly a third. Kluey couldn't grab one of their own. It's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake situation. A couple of weak members, but
oh no,
less members on the side of Edaters as the fight gets planted down.
9 HP for Jonah left over as well in that swing, yet finds the kill regardless. Clear had 100 and was dropped to 0 next to immediately. ZMM reached double digits, and we've seen a 10-5 scoreline in this series before, Chad. In that same situation, it was ZMM walking away with the game. And actually, it was a relatively similar overall composition in terms of rounds separated as well. This time, it was 2 for ZMM, then 2 back for Edaters, and then 7 straight, because math is hard, with 3 back from Edaters into the half, and between halves as well.
It didn't quite require Jonah 6 to have a crazy pop-off moment where he flicked a 180 hit headshot instantly. He's the last person that previously didn't know about the location of, so I don't know if that can be replicated very consistently, but I also don't know if Edaters can replicate the success they had on that round previously as consistently either. What a 8 play! I love to see it. And it worked out for Zero Marksman Black.
Can I please get an F in chat for the raise? The judge, it just misses everything. The first time we've really seen a shotgun go wild, and it just feels bad position for them in an awkward
timing?
Study. What is that? Welcome to first-person shooters, ladies and gentlemen. Timing is everything and has gone against the Edaters multiple times this series. Not only in that situation, Stunny could have found an almost free kill, yet is, regardless of the opportunity, still in a good position to deny a B split. In goes everything here for the defensive side. Utility traded, Paranoia's placed well, but the orbital strike in towards the back corner denies anybody trying to lock down that angle. Kay, the only one to deny the cross, is now dead. She will have no further part in this round. Cluey will not either. The aggression through the sky smoke will be shut down. It's Stunny in a 1 versus 5. Finds the first 2, has the Ealing Orb available, and the Resurrection as well, should they find anything more. But the dink across no kill gives ZMM an 11th.
That was very close to a pop-off round for Stunny there. Getting a dink, getting a close near shot onto Enjoy there on the rope, and had the Resurrection available as well. So if you get those 2 kills, get the revive, that'd be 2 versus 1 situation. Maybe they can pull it off, but it's not going to be the reality we see. 11-5 for Zero Marksman Black, continuing to be that repeat situation of the 10-5 scenario we saw before. Now it's 11-5. Zero Marksman, last time we were in this situation, went crazy aggressive and found success. And if they do that towards B site, they would find success and get a nice, easy post-plant setup. But they don't know that, of course. They'll still take things seriously, 1 step at a time, clear some corners, clear some possibilities, we use their utility properly, but that will allow Edaters time to rotate through.
They're again just holding W in. The Sky Smoke's already dropped, allowing that double controller setup to fully come to fruition. Enjoy with a double, again to open things up, playing the duelist role as a sentinel no less. Really the second in the episode of 2 duelists here for Zero Marksman in a perfectly placed dark cover, disallowing Cluey to have any vision through. There's that double controller. That's the reason the Sky Smokes were brought alongside those dark covers. That's the reason the Brim was brought through. ZMM in such an outstanding position. Another post-plant scenario, but the Edaters are onto an eco. Clear misses the opening shots with the Headhunter and really is put through the ringer in this situation. Cluey being sprayed through and won't even get a chance to see anybody, much less get a kill on towards them. ZMM threatening match point, and as that Spike continues to clock through, November is staring at a wall. It's a flawless 12th win for ZMM, and the Spike goes off. They're on to match point.
I gotta be honest, it's not a good look for the mental of November just staring at a wall with a knife out and turns and looks at the person at the very end, just like, guess I'll die now. Buys up, they have to force out. This could be the last round of the entire LAN event. Zero Marksman wins it out here. They have the Tour de Force available, so not surprisingly, Joy going over towards A side. We'll probably use that towards screens and have rendezvous to teleport out as needed. Yeah, going to be just positioned towards the elbow. Oh, maybe go for a more aggressive angle. Interesting.
I'd expect aggression from them, but I really wasn't expecting this much aggression from ZMM as a whole. Yes, it's the attacking side, so don't get me started about, yeah, they have to initiate regardless, blah, 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 time to light, you're a moron. You're right. But holding W through to B 2 rounds in a row just is not usually the call. They're popping the Tour de Force, looking to get aggressive towards B again. And as the kids say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This has been working perfectly thus far, and they'll do it again. Chewy with the judge out, looking for any frags they can find. Could get caught with the timing, but Jonah finds the opener. The showstopper pop. Chewy finds one, but cannot find anything more. They are taken out, as is Stunny, but the showstopper's removed from contention. Bjor taken away, as is November. It's down down to just clear a 1 versus 2 with 125 HP, 6 headhunter shots, and a guardian out. A post-plant scenario as well. Zero Marksman looking to lock this down long range. He's dinked down to 23 HP. If they look in his general direction, he shall indeed fall, and Lear wants to be the one to close it out. It's Enjoy, removing his doppelganger with a tour de force no less. The Zero Marksmen win the Fullerton LAN, get $5,500, and auto-qualify for the finals of the Summer Champs in Philadelphia.